Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we'll learn how to play Life by the Drop by Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's actually written by Doyle Bramall, but his acoustic version is probably the most well-known. And it's probably the easiest Stevie Ray Vaughan song you will ever learn. So it's great in that regard. All right, so now he's playing this on a 12-string acoustic, so you're going to hear a lot of higher octave notes from what I'm playing because he has a 12-string. But I do not have one available, so we'll be using this 6-string. I'm sure most people will just play it on a 6-string. Still sounds fine. All right, so we're in standard tuning, and we have this opening lick, which is really fun to play. And obviously, probably the most difficult part of the song when it comes to lead guitar stuff. And it sounds like this. Fun stuff. All right, what's going on there? All right, so we're just kind of basing this open 5, open A string, hammer on 3. Then the open D string. So these are like, most of it's kind of a triplet feel, these licks. And then we're going to hammer on 1 to 2 with the open G. All right, then we have a quick little hammering 0 to 1 on the D, pull back off to the open D, over to 3 on the A. Then we have open D, next 3 notes, well, triplet at least, is open D, 3rd fret on the A, and then a quick 0 to 2 hammer on the G string. So we have this. All right, then the next triplet is open G, 2, 1 on the D. And then we have that same lick we had before, which is a quick little hammer pull between 0 and 1 on the D string, over to 3 on the A. So all together so far. And then we're going to end it with 2 triplets, which is open D, 3rd fret on the A, back to open D. Then 3-0 on the A to the 2nd fret on the G. So we have this, look at this. All right, then we get into this kind of a shuffle thing that he does for most of the song. We have this. All right, so first of all, the shuffle. Really can be played a couple different ways. The way he would do it mostly is with a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That really gives it that shuffle feel. Now, if you're not familiar with what a shuffle is, I call it like kind of a, it's kind of a swing feel. And we have a good way of feeling it is just counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you hit the downstroke on the 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the upstroke on the 3. So the 3 is a lot quicker. So kind of holding the 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now he's lightly muting these strings. So lightly touch the strings down here, not overly mute them, but lightly touch them. And we're gonna have the open A and the second fret of the D string, so the open A power chord. And then you're gonna do that traditional blues thing where you just move up now to the 4th fret on the D while keeping the open A string with that same swing feel. So we have this. And that's pretty much the lick that you're going to be playing a lot throughout the song. But he adds a couple of fills, especially right here before the vocals come in. So he has this. So you back to the 2s, the 2nd fret, and then he has this. He has that little fill in there, which is he'll do a few times in the song, which is slight bend on the 3rd fret, pull off to the A, and then play the 2nd fret on the G string. So we have this. All right, and then back to a full measure of just doing the 2 twice, 4 twice, 2 twice, 4 twice. So that's the main rhythm that you're going to get. And he sets that up for a full measure, but those 2 measures before the vocals start. And now the vocals start, and you continue that same thing. And then you just take it down to the bottom 2 strings. And then he takes it to an F minor chord. So he's not doing that kind of strict, he still keeps a swing feel about it, but an F sharp minor chord is a full bar at the 2nd fret, playing the 4th fret on the A and the D. So there's no strict pattern there. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just try to keep that swing feel to it as you get it. And then we go to that same, but based off the open D string and the 2nd fret there on the G, going to the 4th fret on the G. So we have this so far, which is actually, you know, the verse of the song. So it starts with the A power chord, the E, F sharp minor, to the D. Start over. F sharp minor. All right, so that's the verse. Like I said, there's a couple of variations where it usually goes that thing that we did in the intro there, but that's about it. Then we get to the chorus, which sounds like this. So pretty simple stuff. We're just keeping that swing feel, going back to that F sharp minor chord to start the chorus. And then doing the kind of D power chord shuffle. Now when he's leaving these chords, the last upstroke, a lot of times he'll just hit open strings. It kind of gives it kind of that, helps with that swing feel, but also helps him make it to the next chord. So back to the F sharp minor, so we have this F sharp minor, D shuffle, and E shuffle. Back to the D shuffle, E shuffle, and then he just holds F sharp minor to a D7. So a D7 open D string, 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the B, and 2nd fret on the high E string. So we have this. So he's going down, then a quick little upstroke into the D7. That was on some open strings. And a little open string again into an E major chord, and then a little quick open string upstroke to the same familiar blues shuffle on A. So we have this for the whole chorus. So the end of the chorus there, we had 2 measures of that A shuffle, and then we're back to the verse. Now the second verse has one really slight variation in it. See if you can pick it up. Into the chorus there. So I think that's pretty obvious. Just that last measure. So this verse is the same, but instead of ending it going into the chorus off that D, going in there, we just that last measure right before the chorus, just strum that D7 chord that we played earlier. That was in the chorus before. Strum it for and let it ring for a whole measure, and then we back to the same chorus. All right, now after the at the end of the second chorus, he does a couple of those fills again, exiting when he's leaving it the chorus. Before, remember we did this for 2 measures at the end of the first chorus. This one does this. So that was in the second measure of that. He just does that A shuffle real quick. And then that same lick we played before, which is slight bend on the 3, pull off to the A open string, over to the second fret on the A. And then you're back. All right, now the third verse has, once again, a couple of slight variations from the other verses. So let me play through it real quick. Back to the chorus. All right, so it's really kind of just holding on to some chords a little longer. So we're starting the same way. A shuffle, E. And when he gets to the F sharp, though, he kind of keeps it muted. He just kind of on the low E string, then the D string. Back to the low E string, and then a full strum. So this. Really, it's not that important. You can kind of play it like the other ones. But when he gets to this next one, right here, he basically just goes into a D7 chord coming out of that. Instead of going to the, he goes to the D7 and kind of arpeggio picks it through a little bit. So we have this so far. Back to the A shuffle, E shuffle, then just let the F sharp minor fully ring for a full measure, then the D7 ring. He doesn't always hit the high E string there, but sounds good. And then we're back to the chorus. And now the chorus has a little bit different treatment on it as well too. It sounds like this. We get to a little outro section here. So this chorus here is based off of F sharp minor again. Then we have this. So that is really just a melody based off the D string. So let's learn that 0, 2, hammer 2 to 4, back to 2. Then you can play the second fret on both the D and the G real quick. And then we have a little hammer on, pull off action going. Hammering on 2 to 4 on that D, pull back off to the 2, over to the D string. I'm sorry, the 4th fret of the A string. So we have this. So that first hit, I had the open G with it, then that little. So there's a couple of double stops in there. So we have this. Back to the F sharp minor, and pretty much that same melody again, except here he grabs the top 2 strings and then that same little trill over to the 4th fret on the A. So we have this all together for both parts. All right, so when we get there, then we start doing the chords. F sharp minor to D7, E, and then that takes us back to the outro section, about the 2-minute mark. And the outro section, he just kind of does that shuffle with a couple of those little fills, and kind of does the chorus too. So let me just play it for you real quick. All right, so that is starting with that A shuffle. And then the second measure of that A shuffle, we have just a quick down up there on the A, and then that same fill that we did before. And then just continue the rest of the measure the same. So we have this for those first 2 measures. And then we go to the F sharp minor, D7, E, quick open strings, remember, that takes us back to the A shuffle. Now this A shuffle here, after that initial hit of chords there in the outro, we're back to the shuffle. So we have this, so that little shuffle 3 times, and then you do the lick. And then you're back to 1 full measure of the shuffle. And then we're just going to close out the song with those same chords. F sharp minor, D7, E, and then on an upstroke, we're going to play, it's on the upbeat right before, you're going to play the A major chord, 2nd fret across the B, G, and the D, with the low A and low E open. All right, and that is Life by the Drop by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com.